And we are live. What is up, my podcast people? Welcome back to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Hope you all are having a great start to the week. Today is Monday, and guess what? This week is Iron Man week. I'm so excited. Can't wait. We're 5 days away right now. I'm actually leaving Thursday morning to head out to Panama City, and the race is on Saturday. So y'all wish me luck. I'm gonna need it, but it's gonna be worth it. I enjoy the process and the journey, and no matter what the outcome is, I'm gonna be proud of myself regardless because I know all the work, dedication, the early mornings that I've got up and trained. I know it was all worth it. So whatever happens, happens. But we're gonna cross that finish line. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna find a way. I'm not. There's only two ways I'm coming off that course. One way is across the finish line, or in an ambulance. It's the only way I'm coming off. I know that's a little extreme, but that's what I'm telling myself to keep myself motivated and going. So that's updating about myself. Nothing else new besides that. Um, but with that being said, we'll hop into the podcast for today. And if you listen to last episode, y'all would have heard that we're not going to do the quick tip anymore. We're going to change that segment up and we're going to do fitness news. But today's fitness news kind of is a quick tip in itself. So basically, there's a science study that come out October 25th, so 5 days ago now. And it says new evidence explains how warming up enhances muscle performance. I know most of y'all are thinking like, duh, we already know this. You should warm up. But that's what I want to emphasize with this study is how important it is to warm up. And not only does it help with getting you loose and muscle prevention, but it also can help with muscle performance. So it can help you perform better and it'll help you prevent injury at the same time. So in the study, it basically compares skeletal muscle to what they call heart muscle. So like the muscles of the heart. And it kind of compares the two and how temperature affects each one. So obviously when you stretch and warm up, you're increasing the temperature of your muscles and how it affects that compared to like the heart, because the heart never stops. It's always beating. So if you think about it, like those muscles are always warmed up, if you know what I mean. So the heart is meant to beat continuously, but your other muscles are not meant to go forever. So it says the higher temperature dependence of skeletal muscle may allow it to contract relatively quickly upon warming up, even from slight warming due to light movement or exercise. So this means that the muscle can save energy and rest when not needed. So it's not like your heart, it don't ever rest. It's going to save that energy when it's not being used. So in contrast, the lower temperature sensitivity of the heart may be beneficial for maintaining a continuous beat regardless of temperature. So basically, it just proves the fact that you should be warming up before you do any kind of exercise. And it has more benefits than what you actually realize. So people aren't just making it up when they tell you to warm up and stretch before you do a workout, before you do any kind of physical activity. So that's today's fitness news and the quick tip all in one. Make sure you're warming up before you do any kind of physical activity, working out especially, or if you're even going to play some kind of sports, any recreational sports or anything like that, you want to make sure you're getting a good warm up in, increase the temperature of your muscles. And this is going to not only help prevent injury, but also kind of help with muscle performance. So get your warm up in. And that's going to lead us into the main portion of the podcast today. And today's podcast topic is the power of affirmations. So you may not know what an affirmation is. What is an affirmation? So affirmations are positive statements that individuals repeat to themselves to reinforce a specific belief or desired outcome. They are often used as a tool to cultivate a positive mindset and enhance motivation and self-confidence. So that's like the dictionary term of affirmations. And if you've heard me talk about my morning routine before in the past, you've probably heard me say that I do affirmations every morning. And all this is positive self-talk that you tell yourself to try to persuade your mind to readjust the way you think, to motivate you to making that thing come true. So that's what we're going to talk about in the podcast today. All right. So an example of an affirmation is like saying, I am becoming healthier and stronger with every workout. So this gives positive influence on your subconscious and it reinforces your commitment to fitness. So you're subconsciously like wiring your brain to say, hey, I'm doing this and I'm becoming healthier with each and every workout. So if you keep telling yourself this over and over and over again, eventually you'll start to believe it. And it'll make your fitness journey a whole lot easier. It'll make working out, going to the gym a whole lot easier. It'll make sticking to your diet a whole lot easier because you'll start to believe these things. So then when you start to believe them, you'll start acting in order of those things. So there's all kinds of different affirmations. What I suggest when doing these is use present tense language. So when you're doing your affirmations, for example, say, I am achieving my ideal weight rather than saying, I will achieve my ideal weight. See, there's a difference. There's presence and then the future. And then you can also there's also the past, but I wouldn't talk in future or past tense, talking present. So I am achieving blank goal, or I am doing this, I am doing that. Think of them as I am statements. They should all start with I am. I mean, they don't have to start with I am, but for the most part, they do. So you want to integrate affirmations into your daily routine. I suggest doing them in the morning. That's when I do them. And that's when I would say you should do them as well, because they're going to get your mind right at the beginning of the day. They're going to get you started. And if you have that time, like if you have a morning routine, put them in your morning routine. That way you do them every single day and you don't miss them. Because if you don't do them in the morning, you may forget to do them later on, or you may push them off because you got something else to do. So do them in the morning, first thing, fit them in your morning routine. It don't have to be long. You literally, I would suggest writing them down or typing them in your phone, but you don't even have to do that. You can literally just like say them out loud to yourself if you want to. Like if that helps, just say them out loud. Put them in your morning routine and picture yourself actually doing what you're saying. So picture yourself successfully completing that challenging workout or that marathon or whatever your goal is, achieving that specific fitness milestone, losing that 10 pounds, bench pressing 225, whatever it is, picture it in your mind as you say it. So you can start to put some graphics with the words you're saying. And over time, you'll start to become more and more true, and eventually you'll achieve that goal. So you got to have these consistent affirmations over time, and you'll be surprised what will come of them. It'll help you stay motivated, help you stay committed to your fitness journey, and it'll help lead to remarkable transformations. So stick to them. I know they sound kind of cliche. They may feel kind of weird that you're saying these random like things to yourself, but it's like that subconscious benefit that you get from them. So some pros of affirmations is increased self-confidence. Affirmations can boost your belief in your own abilities and lead to improved self-confidence and positive self-image. So you can boost your self-confidence. Another one is enhanced motivation. So by consistently repeating these affirmations, you can experience a surge of motivation, and this can help you stay focused and committed to your goals. Also, it gives you that positive mindset reinforcement. So they have the potential to rewire your subconscious mind, promoting a more optimistic and resilient outlook, even in challenging circumstances. So it can give you that positive reinforcement that we need sometimes. And then the last but not least is stress reduction. So regular practice of affirmations, it can help reduce your stress levels and promote a sense of inner calm and emotional well-being. So it can kind of bring you back down to earth and put you in like it'll keep you in the present, not be worried about what happened in the past or what may happen in the future. It'll keep you in the present and keep you like be where your feet are. So help you reduce that stress. And then there are some cons of affirmations. One could be unrealistic expectations. So if your affirmations are not aligned with realistic goals or expectations, you may develop a sense of assurance that can lead to disappointment and discouragement. So, like if your affirmations are way above and beyond and you know you can't achieve those, I probably wouldn't use that as an affirmation. I mean, yeah, I would suggest aiming for big goals. You should have big dreams and goals, but they should be realistic at the same time. Like don't say, "Oh, I'm going to fly today." Well, obviously we ain't going to fly. Like we can't fly unless you're in an airplane, obviously, but y'all know what I meant. And then another one is lack of belief. If you lack genuine belief in your affirmations that you're repeating every day, the effectiveness of the practice is kind of diminished. Like you're kind of ruining the power of affirmations if you're saying them every day and you're not believing in them. So they can result in little to no positive impact on your mindset. If you're just out here willingly saying whatever because you know it ain't gonna work or it ain't gonna happen, and you don't believe in them, then they're not gonna work. Simply, you gotta believe in them. You gotta start training your mind to think in that way, to think that those things are true. Because if you don't believe, you won't succeed. And then another con is overemphasis on positive thinking. So, relying solely on affirmations without addressing the underlying issue or the challenges, it may lead to neglect of necessary actions or problem solving strategies required to achieve that desired outcome. So you can't just solely rely on affirmations. You can't just talk about what you're going to do, say you're going to do these things. You got to actually take action, take messy action, and do what you're actually saying you're going to do. You got to do the little steps that leads up to that big goal. Whatever that affirmation is, you got to do each step each and every day to eventually work your way up to that goal or to that affirmation, whatever it is you're saying that you're going to do. You can't just talk. You can't talk the talk. You got to walk the walk. So put in the work, and eventually you will overcome that. So affirmations can be a beneficial tool for cultivating a positive mindset and enhancing motivation. It's important to combine them with concrete actions, realistic goal setting. In this way, you can ensure sustainable progress and growth over time. So that's the pros and cons of affirmations. And then I have a few just affirmations written down just to give you some examples of some that you could use in your own fitness journey. Um, I would suggest saying like 5. I do 5 in the morning. You could do 3. You could do 10. Whatever you want to do. I say 3 to 5 is a good place to start. And they can be as specific or as vague as you want them. I would say go more specific though if you can. So I mean, you can say, I am committed to my goals. Okay, that's pretty vague. So I would say, I am committed to my fitness journey and make choices that support my well being. So that one's a little more specific. I like that one. Here's another one. I nourish my body with healthy, wholesome foods that energize and strengthen me. So y'all can see how these affirmations can start rewiring your brain to think in a more positive way, to think in the action steps that you could do each day to achieve that goal. So another affirmation would be, I enjoy challenging workouts and each day I'm getting stronger and healthier. So if you hate going to the gym, if you hate working out, maybe this is one you could use to help start making you think, oh, I actually kind of like these workouts. They're actually kind of fun. I'm getting stronger. I'm seeing results. My body is healthier. Another one, I prioritize my physical and mental health, making time for self-care and relaxation. And then last, I listen to my body's needs and give it the rest and recovery it requires to thrive. So those are a little more in depth from affirmations. You could say simple ones like, I go to the gym 5 days a week, or I don't miss on my diet, or I'm motivated to hit my goals. You could do some stuff like that, but I would say go a little more specific if you can, and this will help you be more dialed in on what it is that you're trying to do. So that's all I got for affirmations. I know this podcast isn't going to be that long today, But that's going to lead us into the last segment of the podcast, which is the fitness quote of the week. And today is kind of a funny one, but it goes, I got 99 problems, but I'm going to the gym to ignore all of them. I'll read it again. I got 99 problems, but I'm going to the gym to ignore all of them. So I thought this was kind of funny. And it's kind of a good one to talk about, though. But the reason I like it is because working out, going to the gym, it's like a therapy. It, and it helps make you healthy in the same time. So it's like a win-win, just a 2-for-1 kind of thing. You can get in shape and you can do wonders for your mental health as well. So when you go to the gym, when you put your headphones in, turn your music up, you'll literally tone out the world. You'll tone everything out. You won't be focused on nothing but you in the gym. Like you're just in there working, doing your thing. You ain't worried about what happened at work. You ain't worried about what's happening at home. You ain't worried about what's happening with your friends or your kids. You're just in there getting your work done and getting out. So it's kind of like an escape. I always say it's an escape from reality. You go in there and it's like a whole different world. It's just you versus the weights or you versus the treadmill or whatever you're doing. But yeah, that's what I kind of like that. This is why I like this quote, because it's true in a way. Like you forget about everything, you just go in there and you zone in and you grind it out, and it helps not only physically but mentally. So it's a win-win. It's like a 2-for-1. So I highly suggest go to the gym, and you'll be surprised at how much stress it relieves and how much you actually enjoy it, not just from the physical benefits, but from the mental as well. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the podcast today. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me today. I hope y'all took something from the podcast. Uh, it's gonna be a big week for me this week. I'll catch y'all next week. I don't know what the topic will be yet, but we'll see. I'll probably talk about the Ironman. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I'll give me like a little recap on the whole race day experience and what I think about it. So yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Y'all tune in next Monday for another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Leave us a review. Subscribe to the YouTube channels at the Fitness Beginner Podcast. Subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias at Murphy McFit. I'd appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. Peace, love, protein. We out.